rock fight discussion, you can one seed with Bellsprout, but it's insanely risky.
Yeah, don't one seed with Bellsprout. And we are back up, it looks like.
Yes.
Hooray!
There we go. Thank you again to Jordan for putting all this together and for being our technical support guru here. As we are
I don't
through
think
the
we've said
forest.
this enough, but Jordan has put in a lot of work for this event.
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
deserves
Shout outs
everyone's
to
thanks.
Jordan.
Yeah, look, can we get some pogs in the chat for Jordan for being the brains behind the operation and putting in all the work for this?
Wait,
Go
I
ahead.
have my own.
Let's get all these pogs, pog champs, whatever you got. Let's throw them in the chat for Jordan. All right, and Edda is out of Brock.
You maybe talk about the difference between Pikachu and Eevee in the upcoming or Brock fight for Curbs. Pikachu wants to use Oddish for the Brock fight because Oddish just usually one-shots the Geodude and Onyx. And you would carry the Oddish through a little bit of the Mount Moon area until you reach the Sandshrew, and then you would put Pikachu back in slot one for the rest of the Mount Moon. With Eevee, it seems like you just run with Eevee all the way.
Yep. With Eevee for Brock, you're just clicking double kick. You will, if you're under level 13, which is almost every time, you would do a tail whip against Onyx and then double kick twice to take it out. So you're getting a couple more turns on a Brock fight for Eevee compared to Pika, because Absorb is a 4 times weak move, or 4 times strong move versus a 2 times with double kick.
Yeah. Importantly, it's also a special move, and rock types generally have high defense, not so high special defense. So Oddish tears through them. Whereas that is not the case for Bellsprout. Bellsprout sucks for Brock. I'll reiterate that.
It's also good to note that the Oddish sometimes needs to use 2 turns on the Oddish if it has a bad nature.
But even then, it's a 3-turn fight. Whereas Eevee does 5 turns with just Eevee.
Yep.
It's significantly faster.
Oddish is Godish.
And Oddish has no chance of dying as well, because Absorb gives back health.
Yeah.
And Etiquette's about to overpay for a Magikarp.
And Curbs missed the first shot on the Oddish, got out. You got it the second time though.
And Caternies has just entered Brock, and it looks like Headstrong is on their way to Mount Moon as well.
Any chance he's coming? You think Etiquette will go for the chance if he sees one?
I doubt it, especially on
He's done it twice.
good
I
catches.
think it depends on the experience curve as to going what the as to whether or not you go for Chansey and Moon. If you have no hope of getting level 15 before, it's worth it, in my opinion, to go for the Chansey. If you're close, you're at level 14 after all your catches, it's not worth it to go for the Chansey at that point. And if anybody's curious as to next to the names where it says it's got a number and then /50, the 50 is going to be the required catches that you need to be able to enter and battle Koga, which is the second to last gym battle that we do in this run. So the number before the slash is just how many encounters, how many catches that you have prior to going to Koga.
Yeah, so every gym in this game has a requirement to enter it. Most of them are fairly trivial, but Koga is the big one.
Yeah,
And
for Brock, you only need a grass type, which you can catch in the Viridian Forest. Misty, you need level 15. I don't know what Surge is.
Surge is just get cut.
Yep, get cut for Surge.
Erica is any Pokemon.
Yeah, have a
Literally works, except possibly your starter.
Sabrina have a level 45. Koga's 50. Blaine, you have to just pass his quiz, and then Giovanni, you just have to have the story beaten.
Yeah, you need to have the other 7 values.
Also, I'm not sure if you guys saw, it did look like Etiquette had the last turn the wrong direction when he was running through Mount Moon there. She turns either left, right, or down. You want her to turn from left to right or from down to right or left. And in this particular run, it looks like she actually turned down, so he did have to run up around her. Not a huge time loss, about a second's worth of time loss, but an event like this, every little bit counts.
Yeah, and that also might cause your lure to end slightly earlier, which might be annoying if you want to catch more things.
Yep.
Because you take extra steps to go around her.
Headstrong's last was a nice last. Didn't turn. Curbs is also coming up on a good time actually on Brock.
Yeah, Curb is coming in at a very good time on Brock. He's a little low on catches, though, with only 4 pokes.
Maybe he missed the excellent throw or something.
4 pokes means he must have bugs or dish and nothing else.
Yeah, Oddish didn't evolve neither of the bugs had to have evolved, and I know he had a breakout on Oddish. He must have gotten it good enough. Well, he only needs level 9 on Pika for double kick.
Doesn't even need that with just going in one control.
Oddish, yep. Or because Oddish first, yeah.
But
Oddish
yeah, he'll need to do some serious catching up to hit 15 for Misty.
You need a Chansey.
I mean, this might be one of the cases where Chansey might be a decent idea.
If he's actually lucky in getting the small or giant Chansey, like 1 catch or 1 attempt, then it's really good.
Getting the glowing Chansey is actually a bad thing most of the time, because it gives you so much XP, it wastes so much time.
Which, with Etiquette's levels right now, his experience for the Eevee, he could actually safely skip the Paris and be level 15 by the time he leaves with all the trainer battles coming up. Obviously, the Paris will definitely help with that, but he is safe to skip Paris at this point.
Yeah, if he sees Paris, he's definitely catching it. But,
it's right there.
Last catch. He's probably going to check for the Moonstone and then head out.
Yep. He might also do a menu here, depending on what experience points Butterfree is at. You don't want Butterfree to hit level 13, otherwise it does learn 3 moves at level 13, which is just time loss. With this particular Butterfree, he's actually safe to not have to worry about it hitting 13 unless he catches something outside of Mount Moon.
And you got 2 Moonstones. Have we talked about double Moonstone?
We may have done, but you can refresh our memory.
Oh. Well, I'm fairly new to that strategy, so what you would want to do is you would put your clock at the start of the game to, what is it, like 30 minutes or 33 minutes?
Around 23, 33 or 34, depending on how.
Before midnight.
Yeah.
So that way, when you enter this cave in Mount Moon, you can pick up a Moonstone, and if you're here in time, you can go ahead and pick up another one, because it resets at midnight.
Well, it has a chance to reset.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
definitely
really?
not
I thought it was
guaranteed.
guaranteed.
Yeah, no. Every hidden item has a chance to respawn.
I'll blame all my mistakes then on it just not respawning. On my previous mistakes.
It's like a 40 or 50%. I don't know if anybody's actually looked into what the likelihood of the double Moonstone spawning is. The nice thing with setting your clock to try and get the double Moonstone as well is actually for the Starmie. Coming up here, we'll be setting the nature for Modest for Starmie, and that nature is locked in place until the clock rolls over midnight. If the clock rolls over midnight after you set that nature, when you catch that Starmie, there's a chance it won't have modest nature anymore.
Pretty high chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Herbis got lucky with a Sandshrew.
Headstrong and Etiquette are now neck and neck. Obviously, Etiquette is a minute and a half ahead in terms of actual time, so Headstrong is in better pace. Assuming everyone has marked the correct Pokemon. But yeah, Headstrong seems to be in quite good pace.
So I think Curves is on a good pace too. Getting that Sentry means he can maybe skip some encounters later.
Yeah, Sunshine is one of those things that you don't plan for, but it's nice to. It's a nice bonus when you see it in that patch of grass. It helps with experience as well. Cadis was quite behind in experience.
Yeah, and it's nice for the Pika runs because you actually have Mankey and Sandshrew that can spawn in the same grass. With Eevee, we have Ekans that can spawn in that grass, and then Meowth is the other early kind of bonus spawn, and that only spawns on Route 23 and 24, or 24 and 25. Sorry. So if you don't have Meowth in the right spot when it spawns, there's no point in even trying to go get it.
Of course, Eevee has the benefit that you can catch Pikachu in Viridian Forest, but Pikachu can't really do that.
This is true.
You can catch Eevee later, in Let's Go Pikachu in Route 17, but it's a very rare spawn. It's a hard catch, and it's only really worth if you get the extra Firestone to get Flareon as well.
It's
very situational.
Something we usually don't do. I think we only do it if we missed some catches around Rock Tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eevee
Definitely
is
not a consistent strat.
It's a horrible experience catching Eevee. We don't want it. Let's Go Eevee wants Eevee. Let's Go Pikachu doesn't want Eevee.
We want Eevee because we don't have to try and catch it later in the game and evolve it.
Yeah. Also, our Eevee has like really good stats and special moves and OP. So. Also, a small point to notice is Etiquette's move order is different to what one might be used to. He teaches double kick over tackle in slot 1 and has headbutt in slot 4. And later teaches Buzzy Buzz over double kick in slot 1. And I think he has timed it to be slightly faster in terms of inputs.
The nice thing with Etiquette 2 being level 15 before the Super Nerd there, for those of you that don't know, at level 15, the Voltorb and the Magnemite are no longer in range, or they're no longer a range. They're 100% guaranteed to kill with headbutt and double kick respectively. So with the level 14, there's a small chance that the Magnemite will live the double kick, so you'd have to tail whip turn 1 or double kick twice, putting you in risk of supersonic.
Or getting paralyzed.
Yeah. Which paralysis in this run is a run killer.
I mean, Etiquette does buy a paralyzed heal, so it wouldn't be as bad as I think Etchy's run is skipping paralyzed heals. But yes, paralysis, any status is time loss. So it's never a good thing to get status.
And it looks like everybody's in Mount Moon currently.
4 close runs.
Everyone's not taking a break, at least.
Good dodge on the Geodude for Etiquette there.
Is there anything on this route you would be looking for as Eevee? I know in Pikachu we would pick up Psyduck, Mankey, or Sentry if needed.
Rare Char was there for Etiquette, and I'm surprised he skipped over it. The big one that you're looking for would be Ekans. getting that cerulean snake. Outside of that, you're not really looking to catch anything unless you're unless you're short of level 15 to go into Misty.
Yeah, Charmander is not a fun catch, and if you catch it there, you can't even evolve it.
This is true. It's easier to catch there though, and gives you 1 poke versus 2, where catching it in Rock Tunnel gives you the 2. But it is very true. It is not a fun catch to try and get.
Yeah, it also might risk extra levels on various Pokemon that he has in his party. Might have been a consideration.
And now Eevee gets the benefit of learning all these new moves.
Yeah, it's a little unfair that Eevee gets, what is it, 7 moves in total? 8 moves? Special moves in total during the entire game, and Pikachu only gets like 4.
It's 7 or 8, yeah. But you only use 4 of them throughout the run. The 3 that you learn in Cerulean, Glitzy, or Bouncy Bubble, Sizzly Slide, and Zippy Zap. Or,
Buzzy Buzz.
Buzzy Buzz. Yep. And then you get Glitzy Glow instead of Batty Bad in Cerulean.
Yeah, for all the poison types in Rocket Hideout.
And in Pikachu, we only get Zippy Zap in Cerulean, and that's the only thing we learn Pikachu.
Yep, and I always, whenever I have ran Pikachu, I always forget to go and get the nature taught, or set the nature with a Pikachu run, because you don't go in there for any moves or anything like that. So it's easy to forget. And Caternie's hitting level 15 just before the Magnemite. Headstrong's entering the gym, and Kerbeus, is that his last catch there?
And Gym Freak has started his run.
Gym Freak is back. Gym Freak is back.
I don't think Kerbeus has Clefairy yet.
No Clefairy as of yet.
Unlucky.
Headstrong on a really good pace here in Misty's gym.
Herbs is out of Rock Tunnel now, right? Or is this... How early is he?
Kerbeus is on he's down in the Moonstone room. He's just caught Geodude, so he still needs Clefairy down there. Or Clefairy anywhere in Moon.
Yeah. Oh, and we have Gym Freak starting runs again. Another Pikachu run to even the playing field a bit.
Scion is also back.
Etchy, you are a baddie bad. Don't let anybody tell you different. Yes, there are a couple of meme runs for this game. Etiquette and Headstrong are going to be coming up on the first one that can be done, called Ditch Bill, where you say that you'll help Bill and then you just walk out the door.
Or Bill.
Or Bill. He gets stuck as a Nidorino for life.
It's a pretty fun category to run if you have like less than an hour. You don't want to do a full run.
The other one is called Kicked by Koga, where you basically are racing to get to Koga's gym without getting the 50 required catches.
Never heard of that one.
So you get there and he just says, nope, you don't have enough and you're booted.
Yeah, that is not a fun category to run. That is awful, because experience in this game, like catches give you a lot of experience, trainers don't.
Mm-hmm.
So the fastest way to get to Koga by not doing catches is really bad in terms of the fights, because you're under-leveled the whole time.
And you have to do Rocket HQ. Kerbeus going back for the Onyx. But you have to do Rocket HQ and Lavender Tower before going to being able to get down to Koga.
We see
Curbs.
Headstrong and Etiquette. Very neck and neck. But
Curbs went for an Onyx,
yeah,
And
he
he
got
got
it.
great on
and
it.
he got it. Still no Clefairy, I think. Did he get it?
Onyx is a pretty decent substitute. As long as he hits the level 15.
We have a question here why Eevee runs are slightly faster than Pikachu. And I disagree.
We don't have a definite answer to that. We
There's
don't
been-
really know which one is the fastest, like if everything goes perfectly, like top end.
There have been so many changes in terms of the routing and the strats for not only Eevee but Pikachu, especially within the last year. More people have picked up the game and everything. At this point in time, we don't know what's going to be the faster of the two games. Right now, they're pretty neck and neck, not only for any percent, but with the all obtainable category, with the meme runs, and diploma and losing my train of thought there. But yeah, they're so neck and neck. There's no way to know for sure which one is the faster run at this point in time.
Yeah, there's definitely some places where one or the other saves time, but no one has tallied them up in rigorously enough to tell which one was definitely faster. Because like the rival, even after you stop using your starter, the rival has the opposite of your starter as their Pokemon, so Jolteon is harder to deal with than Raichu.
Kerbis could be in trouble here. And Caternies just died to Sabrina. Or to Misty, I mean.
Oh, that's unlucky.
That was an untimely crit.
You mean Misty?
Yeah, I said I corrected myself.
That's very unfortunate.
Why was Curbs in trouble? You said something
Kerbis
leading into
is level 13 battling Jesse and James.
Oh, that's problematic,
I think
yeah.
he needs Mankey, or he caught Sandshrew already, so he kind of needs Mankey to spawn. Or Clefairy.
Yeah, he needs...
Otherwise he will be underleveled and won't be able to get into Misty's gym.
Whatever he gets, he needs something glowing, otherwise he has to do early bill. I'm not sure how risky early bill is for Pikachu compared to Eevee. I know Eevee, it costs about 30 seconds to do early bill, and there's especially Rival 2, there's a chance that Pikachu can just troll the living daylights out of you.
Yeah, with double team, it can be really bad.
It's not bad.
I doubt Kerbis would go for it. I reckon he'll try to
just
get the
a-
catches, and if he doesn't, he'll just reset.
Yep.
Late mist is just a huge time loss. It's not risky, it's quite safe, but it's not
Yeah, it's
worth
just
it.
not really worth it at this level. It's definitely worth it, like, unless you're going for like really top time, it's perfectly fine, but this level it's not.
Welcome
Random
back, Sheep.
fancy.
All the Eevees are currently on a run, with the exception of Etchy, who's still on his break, and then Caternies unfortunately just met an untimely end to a crit, and Kerbis is on a possible run. ... question mark.
Yeah, it depends if you get something glowing here.
Nothing glowing. 2 Spearows.
Cat tries to catch the Spearow, presumably.
He's gonna catch the spear and hope for another encounter, I think. I don't know if this is enough.
If you get something high enough level that's glowing, it should be enough.
Looks like Gym Freak has gotten... Oh wait, Gym Freak and Cyan. Cyan are both Pikachu, right?
Yep, they're both Pikachu. Cyan, we're not sure if he's on a run yet or not. We'll know for sure on the trainer here, Ronnie. And he gets the Mankey.
Curbs gets the Mankey, yeah.
And it's a high enough level, he should be okay. He should be 15 here.
Yeah, as long as he hits the first throw.
Which he didn't.
Ooh, that's bad.
That was a bad attack there.
Don't think he'll get it then. Because it wasn't glowing.
Moment of truth. Oh, he
got it.
Oh, he got it.
Ooh, nice. Barely.
Runnable. He
It's
also
still
has the
quite
Onyx.
rough. Yeah, like he's wasted a lot of time here, and he's caught a Spearow as well, which means he can't catch and evolve a Spearow later. So his catch riding is going to be
We
more
can hope for a
difficult.
Fearow for extra
You,
XP.
you don't really want to catch a Fearow. Like, that's
Bad
a
idea.
really terrible catch.
And Etiquette's looking to have about a 45-minute Cerulean time.
Yeah,
And
I think that's
Headstrong-
pretty good. think
Headstrong
Etiquette's
going
in.
for early duck.
Early duck.
Which would gives her 17 before exiting Cerulean.
It was paired with a Meowth, I believe.
Hey, you also have a Meow.
Meowth and
And a
Venonat.
Venonat.
Definitely
Venonat.
worth it then.
Wow.
Yeah.
All
Quite the
she's
head of catches.
all she's missing up there is Squirtle, which 10 out of 10 would not recommend going for Squirtle.
Yeah, it's too hard to catch, too rare. Doesn't evolve. Really nothing going for it.
I think I've only ever seen it 2 or 3 times total in my runs, and every time it trolls.
I have never seen early Charmander or Squirtles in my runs.
I've seen a few Moonchar.
Moonchar.
Not often, but I've seen a couple of them. Herbis, I will not go for Squirtle anymore. I've made that mistake too many times.
I've actually never seen shinies in my run either.
I've seen exactly one shiny in my run, and it was just before I despawned it with a Jesse and James fight in Mount Moon.
Oh.
Yeah, I was doing AOP runs at one point. I think I had 8 straight all obtainable runs where I had a shiny spawn. It was insane luck. I don't know what it was that I did, and it was all stuff that I needed too, so why not grab it?
Let's see. I forgot. Oh yeah. How many shinies we see today? I've seen shiny rat, Etiquette. I heard about the shiny Zubat.
There's been a few shinies that have spawned today here. I know yesterday Jim got a shiny Ponyta that they used for their Rapidash for the end of their run. And then there was shiny Zubat, there was shiny Rat. I feel like there was another shiny that spawned today, and I can't remember what it was. I mean, shinies are cursed. It's an automatic reset, you know.
It cost Jim Freak the 302.
It did. Well, I think Archer 2 is more to blame for costing the 302 than a shiny pony.
Oh, yeah.
Now Etiquette is now looking for Pidgey and Abra and Growlithe or Vulpix?
It'd be
right?
Vulpix. Yep.
Version exclusive. In Pikachu, we're absolutely looking for Growlithe. We need it to help us in the 2-controller fight later.
Yep. With Eevee, we don't use helping hand strats really. So the good Vulpix there. The with this particular route, really the 2 that you're looking for are Vulpix and Jigglypuff, and then you can do early Pidgey for 1 level to Pidgeotto, or you can catch Route 17 Pidgey for Pidgeotto Pidgeot. good first ball picks there. Looks like Kermis is actually poisoned right now.
He is. Needs to heal that off.
He gets poison powder from Oddish.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
And the kid also gets
Abra.
to pick up an
Yes. That is one of the best things you can see in that round for Eevee. Has the added benefit. So ideally you want either Abra or PG in your party for later, because you want to keep something in your party for the catches in Route 10. And it's not worth keeping something in your party that doesn't evolve, so having Abra is optimal. Especially now that his Pidgey is going to evolve. Also, Abra is a nice catch that evolves in one level and just gives you two catches. Learns a couple of moves, but not too bad.
Strong is also coming into this route, going to look for the same Pokemons.
And Edda gets the Jigglypuff.
Gets the Hungry Box.
Perfect Route 6 for everything. Well, as long as he gets to Vermilion in one piece.
I was gonna say, it's not perfect until he gets through to Vermilion.
Yep. Yeah. Shall we talk about the train escapes again? Does anyone
Please
want
do.
to?
Yeah, so on Route 6 here, it's a thin strip in between the two trainers that face each other before you get to Vermilion. If you can hit that perfectly,
Just
like
yo.
Etiquette just did, then you get through there. You don't have to worry about getting tagged by either of those trainers. They both only have one Pokemon, so they're not a huge amount of time loss, but it's still an optional fight. You have to go through it twice. It's a lot of people's opinions, and I agree with them. It is easier to go through there on a ride poke than it is to go through there running or walking. Problem is, you don't have a ride poke this early in the game unless you either chain Meowths or you chain Growlithe to get Persian or Arcanine from the Beauty by the Gym.
Neither of which is even remotely worth it in a speedrun. It's like 4 extra catches to just get a ride Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure they're all active in the chat, although Etchy is the only one not currently running. Cyan, I don't think, is active in the chat at this point in time.
I'm actually getting to Brock now, and who's over? Gym Freak finished Brock now, so he's going to Mount Moon. That's our other 2 Pikachu runners. Josh has just finished the parcel quest.
And Cyan is about to battle Brock. Caternies, it looks like, has a runnable Eevee. Let's hope they can sustain it.
And Headstrong now picking up a Pidgey, and there's this tiny duck that he's skipping.
He already has a duck, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Ooh, good Jiggly spawn there.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Yeah, Headstrong got a Meowth, Venonat, and a duck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Meowth, Venonat, and Duck. Which is nice. It is nice for Headstrong, because now that's one less encounter that she has to worry about on Route 17. She already has Duck. She just doesn't get the Gold Duck evolution, which, depending on how she plays it, could saves a little bit of time doing a new encounter versus the evolution screen.
I think it heading into Rival 3. This is one of those fights that Eevee does with 2 controllers, because it's just a lot of setup and it's easier to just do it on the fly.
Which that is it's actually a newer strat using the 2C fight for Rival 3 versus the single controller strat. and Kerbis resets.
Yeah, he hit the optional youngster. Quite unlucky. It's hard to see sometimes, like if he's looking right or up. I hit him a few times myself.
I thought I had him manipulated to be able to hit him when he was turned up every single time, so you wouldn't have to wait for him. And his timing is off from what I thought it was, so it definitely needs to go back to the drawing board as to getting past him. And good rival 3 from Edda.
So Dream Freak is now entered Mount Moon. He's gonna be looking for all the encounters and hopefully a Chansey. I want to see a Chansey. He probably doesn't, but I won't.
Everybody should get a Chansey. At least one for the weekend.
The kids is in a good pace, right? Looks like it.
Etiquette is on a very solid pace. I'm not sure what exactly his time is looking like at this point in time, but he is on a solid pace.
I'm comparing it to his world record run, and he's an encounter up and at the same place. So he just exited at the same time. I think that's quite good.
And Headstrong's right on his heels there.
Dream Freak has already gotten his Chansey. Later this week. Or earlier this week.
Jim Freak got Chansey yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Chanseys. More than I was expecting.
Josh might not be catching any Chanseys.
Oh yeah, when I say seen, I mean
shiny Zubat, and you lied about that one, Josh. So I'm expecting you to catch at least one Chansey now.
Alright, Josh, what if the Chansey is somewhat green? Will you catch it then?
And Edda got through the trainer skip for the second time. Free and clear.
Definitely the hardest skip in the run.
I find it easier to skip them the second time than the first.
It's easier to line up the second time, I agree with that.
Yeah, Vermilion City has tiles that you can line up with, and you have a long stretch to walk like straight up. So it is easier, whereas the road down you have like
and
5 tiles.
I was actually talking about it last night with Aspect and Joker. I actually disagree. I think Alexa on Victory Road is the toughest of the trainer skips in the game.
I think Alexa is higher stakes because you really don't want to hit her when you've gotten all the way to Victory Road. Whereas
I agree.
Hitting the Vermilion train is not. Also, Alexa wastes a lot more time because she has 3 Pokemon you need to set up for her.
So Alexa, the trainer, you need to dismount?
Yeah, in Victory Road, the one that you pass right under. But I definitely think the Vermilion trainers are like mechanically harder to do consistently. Especially the way down where you don't really have a way to set it up. I mean, you can take it slow and like walk between them. And that makes it more consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Sheep, you're right. Alexa does have an easier setup because you just dismount from the Rapidash and then you hug the corner and go around. But if you get caught up on that corner, and I've had it happen to me countless times where you get hung up on that corner and going around it, you just go 1 pixel too far over and she snags you right then and there.
Right. Dream Freak looking for a Clefairy here.
Is Edda going for guard spec strats? He is.
Can you explain guard spec strats?
So it's actually the original strat is using a guard spec for this Eevee fight here. It's something that's been kind of tested a little bit. of not using a guard spec, which is risky because that Eevee has 3 stat reducing moves. It's got Growl to lower your attack, it's got Tail Whip for defense, and then it's got Sand Attack for accuracy. And then it has Swift as a damaging move. You can risk it and go for the X attack on turn 1 instead of using guard spec on turn 1, and basically risk the chance of either Growl or Sand Attack, and then it makes a 3-turn fight versus a 4-turn fight.
Yeah, but I mean, Tail Whip doesn't really matter, but Growl makes it not one shot.
Yeah.
So if you get growled, you may then get Sand attacked, and then it's even slower. And obviously, Sand attack control you indefinitely.
Yep. So
if you miss on the Gloom as well, the Gloom can do horrible things.
It's really a 50-50 shot that her Eevee will use a move that will not turn around and bite you if you use X attack turn 1 instead of guard spec.
Yeah, so you have a 50% chance to save it. Well, slightly higher than a 50% chance to save a turn, because you can get Sand attack and go through. But losing a turn can lose you like multiple turns very easily.
Denise just got a Bulbasaur. In the forest.
Denise with his frick.
Yeah, and Josh had to reset. I think he didn't get the encounters he wanted. And Curbs is also back after hitting the optional.
A very rough day for Pikachu on this.
I mean, it's Pikachu. Pikachu early game I have found is more difficult to navigate than the Eevee. Eevee's definitely a more straightforward early game, in my opinion.
I can agree on that. We really want the Oddish in the early game and the catches. At least I do.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't hit the excellent throws, then Oddish doesn't get enough levels. And I personally really like evolving Oddish to save some encounters, because I never get the game encounters I want.
Alright, Edda's got a decent Route 10 early Rat, Nido male and Nido female. Bad Nature didn't get to see it until double kick. And Jim has Chansey. And it looks like they're going for it.
Oh god. At least they're depositing all of their Pokemon.
Except Paris.
Yeah, you need 2 controllers.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or is it an even worse catch?
Chansey. I wanted the Chansey this one, I'm happy.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Good catch for the Nidoran male. And I believe the Nidoran female was glowing. So he could actually get, if it's an extra small one, could actually get 2 evolutions out of the female Nido.
Yeah, I think he intentionally left the female for last because it was glowing. Because it was a feather on the left.
If he can get a Spearow to spawn before... Nope.
Jim Freak missed the Chansey in his resetting, by the way. Reminder to not go for Chansey.
Chansey was stubborn, didn't want to get in the ball. Told Jim Freak to reset.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Chansey is only worth it. Cyan's going for Chansey now too. Chansey's only worth going for if you're low on experience points. That is the only time it's worth going for it.
Thank you, Cyan, and he got no.
Oh.
I jinxed it.
Oh, and
worth the chance, Jim Freak, right?
Ooh.
And that's a reset.
Yep.
Okay, so both runners lost the run to Chansey.
Yeah, the Chansey is definitely a YOLO. You don't do it on a good run. You do it if you want to save.
It's a
bad
bandage fix to bad runs.
And Edda got the Spearow, so he has gotten all the encounters here. And Headstrong, it looks like, is working on catching a Nido for their first catch on 10.
Ooh,
And
got a breakout. Edgar has sprung ahead in catches here.
yeah, Edda's at 27 before the Rocket Grunt. He could actually get another evolution. I'm not sure what his
I think he's
male
caught
Nidoran's
everything
experience
already.
points are.
Oh yeah, male Nidoran is
yeah, we
evolving,
don't-
but I
yep.
think he's marked it already.
Yeah. So maybe he'll get Nidorina before Rock Tunnel as well. I'm not sure what the how tiny that Spearow was.
I don't think it was.
I know it was glowing. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was an extra small or not.
I mean, Nidoran female definitely didn't evolve. Might evolve when the Eradicate fight.
Maybe the Eradicate fight or any catches in Rock Tunnel.
Oh, definitely a Rock Tunnel. He might even see a Krabby if he gets.
And removing all the evolved item or evolved mons beforehand.
It's strong here, waiting for more encounters.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate part of Route 10. You can
Going
only
to
have
Eradicate, actually.
can only have 4 Pokemon at the same time. You can't really respawn the route very effectively unless you have a repel.
You can
You
use
can.
repel. You can use the rocket fight to reset the route as well. It's a slower maneuver to do it, but it can be done that way.
Yeah, but that's a one-time thing.
But it's worth it if there's nothing on screen that you want.
Yeah.
Just take the early rocket fight.
Route 10 in Rock Tunnel is the big catching section of the run, and it kills a lot of runs if you don't see the Pokemon you need. You're just too slow.
To me, that section after SSN is actually the most fun part of the run. All the catches, at least for Pikachu, where you have to use 2 controllers to be strategic with the 2 fights you need them.
And
2,
Edda
3, 4
saving
fights.
a headbutt on that Rocket Grunt using Sizzly Slide for the second damaging move.
Was that a 2-shot? That must have been really high effect.
He's level 23, so he is a higher level as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hope for early Rhyhorn for Etiquette.
Yeah, if Eradicate gets a good Rock Tunnel, he'd be very well equipped for this run.
And early Rock Snick.
Any Pikachu runners up and going? Nope.
Josh is about to be past youngster Ronnie.
We're about to find out if Josh is on a run or not.
Bon, be right back.
It looks like Headstrong's got a solid attack on her Eevee as well, as she went for the two hit strap. Yeah, it does look like Josh is on has a runnable Pika.
Always get a little bit, I panic a little bit watching Let's Go Eevee when I see no Nidoran male in the party. And they remove Nidorino. It's like, wait, you need that.
Ooh, and
Then
good
again-
good downstairs for Etiquette there with the Machop and Graveler spawns.
Waiting for a Rhyhorn. Caternies is now going for... Oh, that's a big Clefairy. So, lucky with that. It's going for the Moonstone room.
This might mean that he doesn't get the second Moonstone window. Because this Clefairy is probably gonna get him... Does he still have the bugs in his party?
A little bit unsure. We'll see that in a second.
I believe he does. I think he had one of them already evolved. I could be mistaken on that, because he did get Snake before.
Oh yeah, both bugs
both
evolving.
bugs.
I think that's second Moonstone window closed.
Yep. But it was worth it to get that Clefairy there.
Yeah, it definitely helps with the levels. Clefairy is one of the highest experience catches you can get, aside from Clefable or Chansey in Mount Moon. Let's see if this Graveler is gonna get in the ball for Eradicate.
Hope for also no Troll, Kangaskhan, and Onyx. Okay. That happened to me a lot of times. Kangaskhan has actually saved my run once. Still doesn't have a Rhyhorn. Really
No Rhyhorn, but he does have everything evolved outside of the 3-level Machop, and is missing Cubone as well.
Yeah, he needs Cubone and Rhyhorn, but he's having a really good time so far.
His catch count is good enough too. He might be able to skip doing the Cubone, or if he gets Cubone, he might be able to skip evolving Machop and Cubone both for a little bit of time save, skipping the evolutions and the level ups.
I doubt he would though. He'd probably just skip later catches for the safety. Because knowing you have those evolutions coming up is really valuable.
It's much safer to just evolve the things you have, and then skip something later instead.
Yeah, but like not seeing Cubone would definitely be fine. Rhyhorn is a big one. Do you really want to see Rhyhorn as soon as possible?
Yeah, because Eevee doesn't have the Arcanine option for more speed.
Only has the legs option.
Looks like Caternies also got everything he wanted in the Moon Cave.
Oh, he hits a Zubat.
Josh actually going for a Pidgey here. Never seen early Pidgey.
I think if he ran into it, he just would catch it.
Probably the reason. It doesn't have an Oddish yet though.
Yeah, no, it's just not worth running away from something that you were gonna catch eventually anyway. So you probably catch the Pidgey and then go for the Pidgeotto in Route 17 to evolve into Pidgeot.
Yeah, he went for it because he was a little bit low on XP and was glowing.
Fair.
Now he needs to get an Oddish outside of Viridian Forest. And Thriller raided us. Thank you. And we got a Rhyhorn for Eradicate, which is super nice.
Maybe be careful of that hiker. Erica's run is quite hype now, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a really good run so far. Trying to compare it with his other runs.
Do you know what his Exit Rock Tunnel catch count was?
Waiting for it. I'm just having them side by side.
Oh, fuck.
The world record run, that is. But he's actually up in catches at this point by 3. And that's probably some of the evolutions, of course.
Yeah. Keeps the Graveler in the party. That's a thing. it's a nice safety feature that if Graveler gains a level before you use it for Giovanni, then even if it has bad stats, it will always hit the self-destruct one-shot at +4 on the Persian. It only loses like a couple of seconds to get one level up.
Moment of truth here for Josh if he finds a Oddish outside. He doesn't think he has to reset.
Probably's got his Oddish at the same spot. Just needs to reset the route. Every time you reset that route after Viridian Forest, you lose about the same time as getting a random encounter spawned on top of you. So about 10 seconds. It's annoying if you have to do it more than once. It looks like he's
It's his fourth time
done
now.
it, yeah, a lot.
Edda's got his Cubone.
Oh, he's really lucky with his encounters. It seems getting everything he needs. Oh,
Just getting a glowing
It's
Oddish,
Cube on his
which is
lever.
nice.
yeah, Josh got his Oddish now.
Gym Freak reset again. Seems to
How
be
is,
struggling.
How is Headstrong doing with encounters?
Headstrong's right there actually with Edda in terms of the kind of their encounters. I'm not sure. I missed their Route 10, so I don't know if they got everything they need on Route 10 or.
They had
if they,
31, so it seems pretty good at this point.
Rhyhorn now. Oh, it already has a Rhyhorn. My bad.
Yeah, I don't think they have Cubone.
No Cubone yet.
Oh, rank to another rifle. That's unfortunate.
She has the Machop and 2-bat, Golbat. Almost everything else except the Machop. No, Cubone, sorry.
Had a good on that Kadabra fight. That Kadabra hurts. But he goes through it, it's fine.
And Josh entering the Rock Gym now. The furthest run of Pikachu we have so far.
Well, at the moment, we
Right,
have
at
Gym
the
Freak
moment, yeah.
get quite far.
I mean at the moment. Of what we're seeing.
Yeah.
I
Kirby's
want at
not
least-
far behind as well.
I want at least a Pikachu run to get far when I'm here. I need to
Surely
learn.
one of them will.
Surely. Don't go for chances.
All Pikachu runners should go for Chanseys and Eevees, every time,
No,
100%
no.
of the time.
I mean, JS has promised us he'll go for a chance at some point.
Go for late chance.
It's the least that he owes us. I mean, he did promise to catch the Zubat and then ran away from it, so.
Ooh, getting the flinch from Headbutt on Brock is unfortunate. But does get the one shot, so fine. Everything's fine.
This is fine. This is fine.
Headstrong pretty much one fight behind Etiquette. And 4 Pokemon behind and about a minute and 20 seconds in terms of time. So a bit behind, but definitely on good pace as well. That's another Rhyhorn that's spawned right on top of her. That's very unfortunate. And then Etiquette heading into Rival 4. With
It is really close to this world record run actually. Like side by side comparison. Ahead in catches, but a little bit behind.
How many catches did?
On world record, he has 32.
Okay.
That's the evolutions of PC, Machop.
Yeah. Seems like he's on world record pace at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, world record has a very, very good late game.
This is at least a contender for the first place.
Yeah, definitely. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
I like to jinx things. That's why I'm here.
Jinx them all.
Jinx them all.
Yeah, world record has a really good hideout, if I remember from watching it, and Route 17 for Edda's world record was really good too.
Yeah, he caught Rapidash and skipped the road candy, which is very risky, but paid off in that case.
His catch count's good enough, he might be able to do that again this time.
I mean, it's not really something you want to go for, because Rapidash is not a good catch.
It's a YOLO strat.
So I don't think he would go for it if he saw a Ponyta, but if you don't see a Ponyta, you kind of have to. Can't really wait.
And I miss what happened to Headstrong's run. Were they did they just have a bad rock tunnel?
Let me check.
I also missed it.
Because I know she was right there behind Edda entering tower.
See.
All right, and what is Clefairy's metronome going to give us this time? I'm predicting a Razor Leaf. I'm gonna call a Razor Leaf from it.
Oh, so Clefairy actually gets to do metronome in Eevee.
If the headbutt flinch does not, or if the headbutt doesn't flinch, it will use metronome.
Yeah. I mean, I think lately Edgar has been doing it to controllers with an X attack to just make sure it doesn't do anything crazy. So he might do that here.
I believe its level's high enough that even if Clefairy were to roll a Oko move, it wouldn't one-shot it.
Yeah, it's level 26, I believe, the Clefairy.
Which is the same level as Clefairy, so it would fail.
No, I think the Clefairy is level 26, I don't know what. Yeah, he's doing it to controller there.
Okay.
I'm a little unsure why Headstrong reset. Probably just felt like she was on a bad pace.
And Etchy is back up and running.
May I ask why they have different timers? Well, they're all running their different runs. They're not in a race together, just a race to beat the world record or get the best time possible.
A race, but it's not a race, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But a fun event, that is.
All right, guys, so we're going to take a quick intermission here. Just step away for a minute. Go ahead, get another drink, rehydrate, grab a drink and be able to rehydrate here, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, and I'll be off, so I'll be replaced by Razor's Edge. So good luck to all the runners, and thanks for the great event.